I'm saying? Like, where do we find a happy medium? Oh, I'm cool with the Air Force Ones. I'm cool, with the polo shirt, but dog, you can't wear the pink shoestrings and the
I
shoe.
think it's it starts at the home and it depends on what the parents or parent values
Mm,
in life. You know what I'm saying? Like my son, again, I don't know what he's gonna grow up to be, but he
hmm
knows in my house, boys don't wear blouses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just again, that's not to talk down on anybody else's house because what you do in your house
hmm
is your business. But I think that's the happy medium has to be met. And I guess it has to be, I know it sounds like kind of like a cop out, but it's an individual effort. It's like what you go for in your house is different than what I go for in my house.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? So in my house, the happy medium is you can listen to the dude talking about, and this is kind of goes to that. You can listen to the dude talking about selling drugs, but just know that's entertainment, though. Like we ain't about to be going out here hanging with dope dealers. That's the thing.
So,
Like,
cause you know what? Now I'm gonna say, it might be a better example. It's almost like having that child that's very goth, right?
got you. That's a good
They
example. That's a
they
good
want to wear
example.
the black nails, the black hair. So I'm saying at a certain age they become aware, and so that's what I'm saying. So at what point do you stifle that expression? Because it's almost like you can't be like, well, this is my house. This is what we're gonna say. This we're gonna do, and then it's like they gone.
I think you have to gauge your child's maturity on certain
Mm,
situations, depending on what it is. Um, I feel like as a parent, I set boundaries early because he's not mature enough to know the difference. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Regardless whether it's fashion or whatever. So, but then as he gets older and he understands the difference and I can gauge that, then I let him express himself, whatever. Like it's crazy. Like we talk about expressing ourselves and we talking about fashion. We went to a high school playoff game yesterday, and he was like, and it's just it's a difference on how he's being raised and the environment, the world that he's in, and the world that we grew up in. He said he put on his Crocs, and he was like, "Is this cool, Daddy?" I was like, "Listen, I was like, you 12, you getting to the point where I want you to start, making your own little fashion in, decisions of." I was like, but I wouldn't wear Crocs because it's at a public event and the world that I grew up in, I don't know what's gonna break out of this public event.
that, that,
I
that,
need some,
that toxic
I need
masculinity. We
I
we want to
I
be able
need
to
some
fight and move like we need to move. See what I'm saying? That's the difference in the generation,
that's
bro.
what
That's
I
what I'm
told him.
saying.
I said, listen, I'm gonna wear tennis shoes because not that I'm gonna need to be squabbling with nobody, but I might need to run. And I can't run in Crocs, dog. I don't know what's gonna happen. So Crocs ain't the thing that I'm gonna take to that. But I say, but I say, the difference. You know things you know what I'm saying have been around. You didn't grow up, and I told him, I said, you don't grow up. You're not in that world. I grew up in a less, yeah, I want to say safe, but we grew up in the hood
No,
though.
son,
Like
put the tennis shoes on. Cause
right.
if
So
if you need to bust a move, that strap gonna pop and your foot gonna slide up out them crocs. I need you to have your tennis shoes tied up, son.
right. And then I'm not trying to go into a whole different conversation, but
Right.
to that and the toxic masculinity, you said it at the beginning of the show. That's how we grew up. We grew up where we were actually in environments where the strap popped and we needed to get going.
Right.
Today's kid don't grow up in that, so it's hard to make that
But
uh
I just
for
need
them
you
to
to
see.
be ready. I just need you to be ready.
That's what
That's
I
all.
told him.
It could be anything. Somebody step
I
on your foot with the
listen.
heels,
I
anything.
he asked me one day, he said, "Why you always have to sit with facing the door when we go in public?" I'm like, "Because something might happen. I need to be ready." I said, "You got to always be aware." So it's like little stuff, and again, this all goes
Yeah.
back to I was like, "Well, if you wear this, then people gonna perceive this." Not that you care about people's opinion per se, but how you
We
perceive is how
toxic.
they. Hey, listen, how you're perceived is how you're received. You see what I'm saying?
We
Like, so
toxic, coach. We toxic. We toxic, coach. That's all it is. Hey man, we as youths, We were warped. Our minds were warped.
Was it
We
because of the
shouldn't be
media?
the.
Was it
We
because of
shouldn't be the way.
the
I
type of
blame it
media
on
that
GI Joe. I mean, I'm being facetious, but I'm just saying that's where we were raised, though. All our cartoon had guns and swords. People were shooting at each other, slicing at each other. It wasn't like, wake up, everybody, time to teach a new day.
Listen, I got another side to that, though. You also grew up on the Smurfs, dog. Smurfs,
and they were fighting. They were fighting. Gargamel trying to kill them. Think about it. He was trying to kill them. He trying to catch him and kill them, Cole. Even the Smurfs, they were running from their lives every day, every episode.
Oh my god!
You know what I'm saying? Our cartoon was violent, man.
Oh god, no! You said they was running from Gargamel. I guess you're right. They was every episode they was trying to run from.
Oh, he was trying to kill him.
So hey, you can't have Crocs on when you're running from Gargamel.
Listen, man.
Tom and Jerry, Tom and Jerry was fighting all the time. Violence.
Oh. Even Bud Bunny. All that was violent. All that. What the little thing, the fast little what it was?
The Roadrunner.
Yeah, he dynamite. He blowing the coyote trying to blow him up with dynamite, like you know what I mean, all kinds of stuff.
But listen, with that, they never said that the coyote was a guy or the Bugs Bunny was a guy. So we didn't know if that could have been two chicks trying to blow each other up.
True. But still,
why is it that imagery in the media, you know, when we not doing this kilts and feathers and stuff, imagery in the media, if it's violent, it's masculine? Why is that?